hummus at home thinking this is going to be grand. I'm going to save all this money making hummus at home, just to find out that it was grainy and not smooth and not very tasty. Well, I have solved these problems for us. Well, I didn't, but I just went on the internet and found some resources that clued me into this super helpful tip, and it just involves baking soda. So what you start out with is we are going to start with dried beans. This is just going to give us the best final product, right? We start with the good stuff, we end with the good stuff. So you get yourself some dried garbanzo beans, which are usually on the bulk food aisle, or you can find them mixed in with the rice and other things like that, but they should be dried, and then toss in a teaspoon of baking soda. Again, we know I'm not the scientist around here, but I know this works. It just somehow helps the water properly absorb into those beans and makes them extra soft. And then what you want to do is cover them with water so that they're completely submerged. So now we have our reconstituted garbanzo beans here. They've been soaking somewhere between 6 to 8 hours, although you can do it up to overnight. And now what I'm going to do is toss them in my good old friend, the pressure cooker. Now, if you don't have a pressure cooker, I will link in the description box below how to do this without a pressure cooker, as well as then the regular old pressure cooker method that I'm using today. So we go ahead and toss in our beans. I'm going to do 11 ounces of that. So I'm not going to actually use, this is a 16-ounce package. I'm going to go ahead and just use 11 ounces. And that was maybe a little generous. I'm not good at measuring, guys. We know this, right? All right, so it's about 11 ounces, and then we still want to throw in some water because this is a pressure cooker and water is required for steam. It's about a half a cup of water. And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw in a garlic clove in there with it. You can throw the garlic clove in raw into the final mixture, but I like to cook it down a little bit. It just softens it up a little bit and makes the flavor just a little less pungent. And then we're getting back in there with our secret ingredients. Do another half a teaspoon to a teaspoon worth of baking soda in there. And then we're gonna cover it up and cook it for 8 minutes. Again, this is why I love pressure cookers. It just takes so much less time than the traditional cooking methods. So set that on high for 8 minutes and let her rip. Right, the timer went off. You know this is my favorite part. I just love the power of steam. All right, so now it's time to take the party over to the Cuisinart here and finish it all off. Although Cuisinart is the brand, not the actual appliance. It's a food processor. Isn't that funny how brands do that? You know, like Kleenex and Ziploc and Cuisinart. Okay, what to do with this? This is where makeshift kitchen becomes limited. All right, oh, this looks perfect. Okay, so here's the deal. Because we cook these for 8 minutes, that's actually longer than you would want to cook them in a pressure cooker if you were serving them like in a salad or some other whole form of garbanzo beans. But because we cooked them for 8 minutes, they are extra soft, and you see the skins have kind of peeled away a little bit. That's exactly what we're looking for, because that is going to make the creamiest, dreamiest hummus. I also have my little garlic here. Actually, what I'm going to do is go ahead and just take the whole stinking thing. Whew, don't burn yourself. Steam is hot, Joanie. Okay. Go ahead and pour all of that right straight into there. About 11 ounces of beans, and now it's time to add everything else. So I'm going to throw a little bit of lemon juice in here. About 2 tablespoons worth. You can of course adjust this to taste if you like it a little bit more acidic, or if you don't like it acidic, you can definitely riff on this recipe however you would like. And the other fun thing about doing hummus is you can throw all sorts of crazy flavors in there. Now we're just going with a simple lemon and garlic here, but if you wanted to throw in there some cilantro and jalapenos, or you want to throw an avocado is a great thing that I'm actually known to add in there quite frequently. That's a great addition too. You can really, red pepper. Opportunities are endless. And tahini, which I am stirring up because I want to get all of the paste up off the bottom of there. Tahini is just ground sesame seeds, and this is a staple of any good hummus. Now, what a lot of people will do is think, okay, when I'm making my hummus, if I want it creamier, I'm just going to add more oil, when in effect, you actually want to add more tahini. That's going to give you the nice creamy factor that we're looking for. And I just had a lot of it that settled to the bottom, so take your time. Mix your tahini. Tahini rhymes with Lamborghini. Ditalini, that's a pasta. Don't think dirty thoughts. Teeny weeny, polka dot tahini, bikini, zucchini. All right, that is all nicely mixed up in here now. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw probably about a half cup, I'm gonna put a generous amount of it in here. Okay, we've got that added in there. And then I'm gonna throw a little salt. I'm not even gonna make a comment about it. I talk about salt enough on this channel. And then just throw a little bit, oh, whoops. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, then about a tablespoon's worth of oil. We can add more oil as we go, because the magic of the food processor. We are on and we're gonna rock. So, and what I want to do is I usually do a couple pulses just so that it grabs all those beans. And that texture is looking great. Now what I'm going to do is start to add a little bit of water. Woo! Got a big old clump of something in there. And we can just let this go and go. The fortunate part about working with garbanzo beans is you cannot overwork them. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, perfect. That flavor is spot on. All right, so what I want to do now is I'm just going to serve this up in a bowl. Of course, this stuff keeps really great. Now, if you do throw an avocado in there, you'll want to make sure to throw the pit in there or really properly seal it with some plastic wrap on top, just because that avocado will oxidize and turn brown on you, which really isn't the cutest thing ever. But look at this texture. It's just so smooth and creamy. And now you can also top it up with a little bit of extra olive oil on top, some za'atar, which is a really fun spice. But there are a million ways to serve up your hummus, but there is no wrong way to just eat it straight up with veggies. And that right there is the no-fail hummus, the ultra smooth and creamy. So you want to grab that recipe. It is in the description box below, along with all of my social media information. Follow me behind the scenes. I love Snapchat. I do all the shenanigans so you can see what are the upcoming recipes, what am I working on. But with that, thanks for joining me here, you guys. I hope you stay out of trouble. Well, no, I hope you don't. I hope you get into a lot of trouble in your kitchen and make a big, huge mess at it. And with that, thanks. I'll see you soon. Bye.